Yo, what's up, family? Welcome back to the channel. So, look, the bull market is over. It's done and dusted. I'm selling all my bags and I'm leaving, man. I'm sorry to be no, not really. I'm not. Let me tell you something, all right? Let me tell you something. It is feeling like absolutely insanely difficult right now to feel bullish. The worst February since records began, or since at least 2014. The worst January. One of them anyway, not quite, but listen, nothing is good right now in cryptocurrency. Investors are absolutely handed their backsides. People aren't taking any accountability. There are less and less people making content. Surely the bull market is over. And just when you thought it couldn't get any worse, your boy Trump has decided to mess with, in my opinion, and which is a good thing anyway, the wrong block, the wrong trading block, a trading block that is renowned historically to be feisty, right? The European Union is definitely, when it comes to politically motivated tariff responses, they are not easy, right? It ain't like bullying Mexico or Canada. And I'm going to tell you why I'm bullish on the back of Trump making more of these ridiculous, what you have to admit, ridiculous tariffs at the wrong time. He's doing it for his domestic audience. He's doing it for his reasons. I'm sure he, of course, the guy loves his country. As an international commentator, I can only commend him for what he wants to do for his country. But as a market participant, put that phone down, man, because you're killing us. But anyway, it's not just Trump. It's not, it's also Bybit. Guys, Bybit is involved in liquidating Bitcoin in order to buy back Ethereum. There's market manipulation. There's a lot of shit going on right now that the average person just doesn't understand. And therefore, when I wake up in the morning, as a content creator, man, as a community leader, I'm under pressure all the time to be able to check my own emotions and check the group's emotions. Right now, those who wanted to be out of the market are mostly out of the market. And what I see is just friggin' legends that are made of really some ridiculous alloys that we don't even have on Earth that are in the market. And I'm going to show you why I'm going to be in the market in the long term, guys. Because in the short term right now, there's no point in selling my positions because absolutely what could have been sold should have been sold, and what is kept is kept. That much I made it very clear, because I do have a diversified portfolio. So half of my losses are compensated by my few strong altcoins. But this is what we're going to build next. We're going to build a strong portfolio. And the market's going to reward long-term participants in arguably when we have so many bullish things happening in crypto. Okay, I'm going to share these with you. So breaking news, surprise, surprise. Yesterday, I posted 20 to 50 different currencies going through ETF filing. What do you know today? Aptos is absolutely cooking because, of course, it's up 8%. And you can see now Aptos is up 9% on the back of that filing in Delaware. The news is not a flat line. There's a lot of things happening in cryptocurrencies. While fear is amplified, things are happening and people are more or less not consumed for the next 10 months. Okay, which is what they should be looking at. Investors should be zooming out and knowing that even under Reagan, or what they call Reaganomics, they took a year to bring down inflation from the point he took office. So you should be really looking at long term. Don't look at your day-to-day portfolio performance. You ain't going to get any joy out of it. You should be able to, when you invest in crypto, be prepared to lose everything. At the same time, those that are brave enough who invest in an industry that is largely full of shit coins, right? 99% of crypto has no utility. 99% is nothing. It's not a store of value. It's not a store of AI or computational power. There's only a small basket. So what we do is we think like the big money. And let me ask you a question. If you were told back in 2023, that all of the dino coins were going to pump. Will you sell your H bar, or like I did, both? Would you sell your render? Absolutely not. But the market has specifically conditioned people to think a certain way, then something else happens. Now, I don't have a crystal ball. This misery will continue, but I'm going to try and educate people and those short-term looking people to actually please give yourself another 6 to 10 months maximum, or 8 months to exit the market. Once you can believe in that, right? You've got to believe in something. Once you can believe in that, whether you buy Aptos, virtual protocols, or some other low cap gem that you find, at the end of the day, as long as you can go to bed at night and build a portfolio that actually deserves to be built and take the misunderstanding and the lessons that you've had previously, you're going to do absolutely fine, guys, right? You're going to do fine. You're going to recoup money. You're going to do fine. But how do we do that? So let me give you a little history lesson. So back in 2002, when many of you weren't born, good old George W. Bush came out with what we considered as a crazy steel tariffs targeted at the EU. But how did that end? It didn't end well. And of course, you can clearly see here, taxfoundation.org in the United States have actually put out this article, Lessons from the 2002 Bush steel tariffs. Now, when I said earlier that you don't mess about with the EU because the EU knows the game you're playing, and it's probably Machiavellian politics. So the game just came from Europe itself, right? As the father of all shithousery. So this is what happened. Back in 2001 and 2002, after Bush took office, he obviously dumped tariffs on the EU. But what happened? The EU were like, well, hold on a minute, mate. We can't just put tariffs on America. We've got to be very specific to George W. Bush. So what they did was they targeted industries in swing states, sensitive industries, and definitely closer to home industries like the Florida oranges. And that hit the Bush family directly, okay? That was a Bush stronghold. Jeb Bush was the governor. Boom. The result was a US back down, and of course they made a deal quietly. Now, why do I give you the Florida example? Because there was also, there was Harley Davidson, there was amongst other things, and iconic American brands in states that really mattered for future battleground deciders of the US election. Well, now, if you look at this picture right now, Donald Trump's right-hand man is a guy called Elon Musk. And this Elon Musk fella happens to own Tesla, Starlink, SpaceX. All right. Again, remember when I said the Europeans are famous for this kind of shithousery? You know what I mean? It's the birthplace of democracy, man. Whether you go to Athens or modern day Rome, it doesn't matter. These guys love to play these games. So what they will do is they're not going to be like Canada or Mexico, caving in or doing, giving something away. Europe is going to go like, all right, let's go and get Elon, or let's go and get something that's closer to the Trumps. And I think ultimately we're all human beings, guys. There's no superhero in this game. It's a game of cat and mouse. And I think this particular kind of dance around tariffs is a dangerous one. But if you look at the steel tariffs, you could see here, Bush obviously in March 2002, this obviously lasted for 3 years, well over 3 years. But the rates range from 8% on certain steel, with the exemption of Canada, Israel, Jordan, and Mexico. All right. And of course, the counter tariffs that the European Union did impacted US domestic steel industry. All right. So you can see here 193,000 US firms in this were impacted, which is unbelievable, mostly of small businesses. So when you go back to this lesson here, solution will be found, whether we like it or not, and these things will go away quietly. But obviously, Trump's first term, 2018, tariffs 250 billion worth of Chinese goods. 2019, Europe and Canada tensions, auto tariffs threaten, aluminium tariffs imposed. 2020, more tariffs, get the tariffs, hit them with the tariffs. And 2020, there was like more Chinese tariffs. Now, the consequences are, with these trade wars, the dollar gains strength. Markets dip, ultimately recover, and eventually gold is the safe haven. So we're not in a good macro conditions on that. But what we are in, guys, is a great opportunity. If you reset your targets to the next 12 months or 10 months or even 6 months, if you can look past today or tomorrow, I think regardless of whether we go to 50K or whether, you're going to do just fine, right? If you want to sell, sell. If you want to stay in it, stay. But what I would say is I'm comfortable buying cryptocurrency as normal, because I do believe I've not seen those 20x's across 2 or 3 or 4 of the 5 of the tokens that I hold. If you hold, like, say, 10 projects, for example, 3, 4, something, we've not seen 3x's, we've not seen 5x's. The market has not given any gains. What gains it's given us in the last 18 months is taken away. So what am I doing about it? Well, I'm looking at relative strength. I'm looking at long-term accumulation, and I'm definitely abandoning the idea that you just buy a bunch of shit coins and, you know, if I kept my Jasmine, I would have done well, if that makes sense. If I kept my H-bar, whereas I bought into the likes of Sui, likes of Kaspa, and they've literally pepe, and the entry was so good that they've just stayed floated up. But what else can I do to my portfolio? Well, I've been buying Tau, and I've also been buying some Render, because what's happening now is, despite the fact that Render is a $2 billion cryptocurrency, $1.9 billion, and I do believe that this could be, not financial advice, but a $50 token. Why not? I could get there with a bunch of excellent VCs. The market making is excellent. There's plenty of liquidity. And ask yourself this question, right? If we know we are in a institutionally driven cycle, do you think the big guys are going to come in and just say, oh, mate, I'm going to go and buy XYZ microcap? Of course not. And this is something that the market's been telling people, that get some good cryptocurrencies, because we know this is a time when Wall Street is sitting on the sidelines. And as soon as Wall Street comes in, that's new money, institutional money we've never seen before in crypto. So that's why owning at least one of the big guys, you know, one of Sonic or Sui or a Kaspa or a Tau, although Kaspa has been running low, it still has fundamentals. It doesn't have a large exchange listing, right? So buy blue chips now while you can, and allocate maybe $500 here or there to, I don't know, a gaming project, whatever you want, whatever your risk appetite is. I'm not advising any of that. I am definitely saying this is what I'm doing, not financial advice. I've got the low caps, I've got some large caps, but right now I want the best in the class. Who's going to get an ETF? Who's going to have I don't know, who's going to have institutional money coming in? And sadly, for most people, you know, you'd rather buy things that are established market caps with the ability to give you a good 10x, maybe a 20x, and then you go and play in the shit game and you get WAS Studios. You put $100 into that. Now it would have been equivalent to what you would have got 5 months ago when it was at all-time high. You could get 1 million tokens into something quite obscure. Yeah, sure, no problem. But where is my majority of money going in? And I've obviously cracked it emotionally by accumulating these aerodrome finances, these renders, these Taus. I'm not doing it for fun. I would like to have a 5 or 10x's, and then my lottery game there is all about recovery, and then see what sticks and what goes parabolic. But I'm definitely gonna sell all my cryptocurrencies sometime within the next 12 months, no exception. I'm not gonna hold anything. But I do believe we can actually do very well from that strategy. So anyway, guys, I hope I've given you something to look forward to, Matt. You know, screw what happened in the past. Guys, you've got generational buy on projects, whatever you're looking at, whatever you qualify. This is a decentralized space. Don't let anyone else convince you otherwise. All right. My strategy has been in the last 2-3 months, buy quality, buy quality, buy quality, and then you can also dabble into some shit coins later. But some people are making meme coins their priority. Some people are buying individual AI agents as a priority. And then later on, they're going to come and cry as much as I'm crying about some of the positions that I'm down on right now. So the idea is don't let the mistake strike again. Even though I have well-diversified portfolio of over 20 projects, I'm still looking to add quality. Buy quality and you'd be good, all right? Regardless of the day-to-day. And I hope you can see, man, these tariffs are not good for anyone. Let me know your comments. Let me know your strategy, how you feeling, and let me know how bullish or bearish you are with your portfolio. And there's nothing else. If you just block out the noise and go look after your portfolio, you'll do just fine, my friends. God bless you all, man. Take care. Bye.